Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, The Simplified Studio. Today I'll try to go with you some of the GRE math problems. And for that reason, I have chosen the book NOVAS GRE Math Bible. This is a very good book for your preparation. And for this video, I'll try to focus on the first chapter, which is the substitution. Yeah, and I'll try to go through some of the problems in this chapter. So let's just get started. So the first problem over here, if you look, is in the category of easy. And the number one question asks for by how much is the greatest of five consecutive even integer greater than the smallest among them. So let's try to solve it. So if we have five consecutive even integers, so let's try to come up with an example where we have five consecutive even integers. So let's assume the first one is m, the second one should be m plus 2, and the other should be like this, so on. So you can see I have chosen five different integers and they are even. So that's why I had to add 2 for each cases, because I'm skipping the odd ones. Now the question is, what is the difference between this and the largest one? So now we have to calculate the difference between m and m plus 8. And you can see from here, it's easy to figure out the difference is just 8. So the answer should be D. Now, in the second question is of category medium, and it asked about like which of the following could be an integer. So let's try to figure it out. I see a simple option here. So the average of 6 and 9 cannot be an integer, right? It should be something like 7.5. So we skip the option E. Now let's try to go through from the option A. Here we see that there is option like the average of two consecutive integers. Now, if we try to have any example of that, like 6 or 7, we now know that there should be an odd and there should be an even. And the average shouldn't be an integer because it will come up with something like 6.5, or if you choose some other numbers, it will have, most likely it will have a 0.5 in there. Now, the third option is the average of three consecutive integers. So let's take another example, 6, 7, and 8. Now, if we take the average of three consecutive integers, the average should always be the middle of the central number over here. So the average of 6, 7, 8 is 7, because this number is just one less from the central number. The next number is one above the middle number. So this will cancel out and the average will be equals to 7. So whenever you take three consecutive integers, the average should always be the second or the middle number. And since they are all integers, the second number or the middle number should be an integer. As a result, it will satisfy our questions. And the answer over here should be twice B. Now, since there can only be one answer to this set of questions, I will not try to calculate the result for C and D because I have already got my results over here. That is twice B. Now let's move to the question number 3 over here. And it asks about a subtraction. The first term is the average of 5 consecutive integers starting from M. And the number we should subtract from it is the average of the 6 consecutive integers starting from M. So let's try to figure out the first term over here. So if we try to take the 5 consecutive integers starting from M, we should have M. Then if we try to calculate the average, we should take like this, M plus 1, then M plus 2, then M plus 3, and the last number should be M plus 4. And since it is the average, we should divide it with 5. Now let's try to simplify the first term. So we have this 5, and there are 5 M's. So the sum would be 5M. And we have this 1, 2, 3, and 4, which will in total would be sum up to 10. Now the second term that we subtract it from the first term should be something like this. Since it is the average of 6 consecutive integers, we should have 6 in here. and it will have just one additional term than the first one. So we will take the sum of the first 5 terms, like 5m plus 10, and so there should be another additional term. So we had the last term as m plus 4 over here. So for the second term, we should have one additional term, which is m plus 5. And that makes there like total 6 numbers. And if we divide by 6, it will calculate the average. Now for the first term, we can divide the term by 5, like it should be m plus 2. And for the second term, we would have 6m plus 15 divided by 6. Now, if we simplify it, we'll have m plus 2 for the first term subtracted by 6m divided by 6 equals to m, and 15 divided by 6 is like 2.5. So if we do the subtraction, the m will cancel out, and we will have minus 0.5 or minus half. And so the answer for this question would be the B, thrice B. So with that, we ended up with the easy and the medium problem. I'll talk about the hard problems in some other videos. Thank you for watching.